Scrappy peeps, Suzanna here today to share with you this 8.5 by 11 layout of my son waiting at Jimmy John's for his lunch. I used the Bella Boulevard collection to do this, to create this layout, and this is the Dad Style collection. So the title of this layout is called Lunch Fave because Jimmy John's is Nicholas's absolute favorite lunch, and we often go there for lunch, but the embellishments don't really have anything to do with lunch and don't really have anything to do with food. I used the clocks from the Dad Style collection from Bella Boulevard, and I used the clocks more as a support element to the layout, which is him waiting for them to make his sandwich. When you are 15 and you are 6'4" and you are a competitive swimmer, you eat a lot of food. And waiting for your food isn't something that you particularly want to do. So that's kind of why I chose to use these elements. So I have that long thin strip there that you see on the left-hand side of the yellow, and I am going to move that, and I'm going to put that closer to the photo. And the reason that I choose to put it closer to the photo is because it's a very heavy element, and I needed the weight of that black strip to offset the black that is on the mat that he's standing on, as well as his sweatshirt. And so you can see as I move it back and forth there, how the balance of the layout is much more centered and centered to the photo when I put that thin strip to the inside of the yellow rather than the outside of the layout. This picture is an 8.5 by 11 picture. I printed it at home, I edited it in Photoshop, and then printed it, and you can see that I just put stuff directly on there. So in the picture, most of the activity or the emphasis of the picture is on the right hand side, and I edited the picture in particular so that you would have that space there, which then left me a vertical space in which to do the embellishing on the page. I am fussy cutting here another watch. So you saw that I had two of the die cuts from the Bella Boulevard collection, but I decided that I wanted this particular watch instead of that other one because it has white as well as the yellow, and I needed a little bit of that white to punctuate the embellishments so that things didn't fade too far into the layout. So in addition to those two clocks, or one's a stopwatch. Actually, I think they're both stopwatches. I also have that black tag there, and then I actually have a Jimmy John's gift card case or a holder. You know, you get gift cards and you can get those little envelopes to slot them into. So I really liked that because that gave the location of where we were at, and so that's why I wanted to use the gift card as an embellishment to the page there. And so my idea, and you'll see me point to the right hand side of this embellishment cluster, my idea was actually that I would put the title in that black spot there, maybe even that black spot, I'm sorry, being the black mat. And I thought I might even put some pattern paper there to just kind of carry the movement so that it creates an L in many ways. So my plan had been to put the title there, and you'll see as I come down to the title that it doesn't work. You end up having a very bottom heavy layout, and then because of the contrast in the photo, really your eye was literally just drawn to that, and that was not what I wanted, so I will change my mind with that. I am popping this second watch up, and you'll see me keep reaching to what is the back of the screen here. I keep a lot of the foam adhesive that I cut off on my tripod when I have leftovers, and so that's what I'm reaching for, is the extra foam adhesive. So here's where I thought that I would put something over that black mat there to soften the black and the weight at the bottom of this layout, but covering it doesn't actually soften it. What I need is to create the balance is actually to put something up the top, which is where the title will end up going. These are thickers from Embellishments that come in Cocoa Daisy kits. I have many colors because I have had many Cocoa Daisy kits over my design team term with them. I am using my Heidi Swap centerline ruler, and I don't use it so much for centering as I use it for spacing so that I can get titles down. Those of you who followed me for a while will know that I do what I call the title shuffle, and it gets very frustrating and it eats up time on my videos, and I want my videos to be as succinct as I possibly can for you, and it speeds up time for me. So in order to be able to see the title a little bit better, I choose to put the title on this layout with that just a thin black border to it, because it just makes it stand out a little bit more, and it's crisper on that crisp white background. So you see how with the title up there that visual triangle is drawn between the title, and I'm going to use the black up there to create that black triangle. So Lunch Fave is the title, and the black of Fave draws your eye down to the triangle. The right-hand side of the triangle is going to be down to my son through the subject of the picture, and then over to the embellishment cluster on the left-hand side of the page, and then back up to Fave. So you can see how that creates a triangle and draws your eye through all of the elements on the page there. I have this embellishment from Vicki Boutin, and I wanted it to coordinate with the page, so I used a Faber-Castell marker to color it, which is the whole point that Vicki created these embellishments, was to color them, but it was the wrong color. So then I pulled out a little bit of orange to kind of blend in using one of her art crayons. It's still the wrong color. It was actually much better black and white, but it's already colored, so I left this part of the video in so I could try and show you how sometimes elements that you think are going to work don't always work. And so I ultimately pull that off. Those are the words tick-tock, and just to symbolize the waiting as my son is waiting for his lunch. I did want more round elements. So that circle with the heart in it that I colored didn't work, but I do have these enamel dots. And so I put 2 on either side of that lovely tag, and again, it just gives it a little bit of dimension and a little bit of pop to the title. It also pulls the yellow, which is the other color of the layout, up into that title there. And then I'm going to use the 3 primary colors of my layout, the red, the black, and the yellow above tick-tock, and that calls this layout done. Enjoy the close-ups. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well and staying cool in this heat. I don't know what it's like there, but it's 106 degrees here, and it is hotter than Hades. Again, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping in today. Take care.